Hey guys. There we go. So I was just live, but my phone overheated in the sun and it completely disappeared. So I'm gonna try this again, and maybe it was a sign to just be a little bit more laser so I can, because I gotta rush through it. But I was talking about how if you are not on my email list, my email today, I sent it at 7 this morning, and I've already gotten so many texts and responses and replies about, oh my God, that was so powerful. I needed to hear that. And so I really wanted to just share with you guys the cliff notes of where that email spiraled from. And the title of the email was How to Find Money Now, and how I believe that this one tip that I've learned in all the things I've learned under being mentored by a business coach, this I believe has been my number one pivotal tool that I've learned that has I believe it's contributed to how I made an extra $40,000 last year, just on top of what I already was kind of stuck at making. I added some money. And so if you're looking for money now, which I know most of you guys are, because I'm serving you constantly, I'm talking to you in your DMs, I'm getting your responses to your emails. There was 80 something people who signed up for the retreat waiting list, and then we have 7 people signed up, and so it's what happened to the 80 people who signed up and didn't buy a ticket yet? I'm talking with you, and your biggest excuse is money. And so I want to talk about where to find the money, and this tool is the number one thing that I believe has allowed me to find it. And so what I wanted to start by sharing and getting into that is that the human mind needs 3 things. We need survival, growth, and contribution. And the problem that I see with most people, and this is the work that I'm committed to doing in the world, is helping people get out of survival, because we've got that covered. Not only do we naturally just do it as humans, but it's biblical that God's got us. He's gonna keep a roof over our head. If we obviously there's people who are homeless and whatnot, and I believe that has a lot to do with being out of God's alignment and His covering. But the survival for the most part is it just happens, and that's the thing. Is so many people don't realize that survival is just happening. It's a natural byproduct of the brain. It's the, what did I call it in my email? It's the autopilot. That's not the word, but it's the default setting. Okay, so just think of survival mode as the default setting of your brain. The problem with that is when you're trying to live into the realms that really fulfill your soul, which is growth and contribution, you have to override the default. You have to turn on the custom crystal authentic setting, or whatever your authentic setting is. You have to turn it on and say, no, I'm going to override you right now, because this is just my subconscious talking, trying to keep me safe. And so the biggest tool that I've learned outside of just the mindset of what I'm sharing with you right now, that when I realize that we have the power, when I realize the difference between the haves and the have-nots, is what's right here. The only thing that's in your way of what you really truly want and desire is the way you're thinking. And so aside from the mindset, the next level of that is trusting yourself. And so that was what I was talking about in the email. And I gave the example of my retreat because, like I said, so many people were like, yes, I'm in, I want to go. Oh, but it's out of my budget, but I can't afford it. But money, holidays, all these things. And so I'm like, okay, let me just paint the picture for you. So if right now, because let's just say the lowest price for the retreat is $1,700, which I know I'm just a little more biased because I've invested hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself. Yeah, I'm playing at a different level. I get that, but I also want to live at a different level. So it's number one, what level are you trying to live at that you're not willing to invest $1,700 in something that is 3 days of not just fun? It's 3 days of literally this could be the moment that changes your whole life. It could be the moment that you take enough time to stop, unplug, and actually focus on the right things that's going to get you to that next level. Not only learning the mindsets and the tools, not only rubbing elbows with the people who are also doing it, but learning to trust yourself and being in the environment. I was saying when I got cut off, that today I'm working at Cafe Gratitude, which is just one of my favorite places. I love ambiance, I love vibes, I love being in luxury settings, which is why I'm throwing a luxury retreat, because I realized it was the one aspect of my mentoring program online that was missing. The in-person tangible, the smell of luxury, the feel of it, the look, the vibe, just that can level you up. It's like, go test drive cars, go window shopping at a luxury mall, go smell like expensive perfumes in a department store, go to open houses at mansions. Like, do things that will open your brain to the possibility and that will get you out of your day-to-day thought process that this is life, because that's the brain keeping you safe and comfortable. And the problem is that our comfortable could be the most shitty situation ever, but the brain, as long as it knows it and it knows how to survive in it, it's fine. It doesn't want to see what, like, in order to get the luxury experience, the brain knows it's going to have to change its habits and behaviors and thought processes, and it doesn't want that. So you have to know that the stories that come overwhelming when you're like, yes, girl, I'm in, I'm coming to the retreat, I need this, I need to have fun, I need to get my life together, I need something to level me up, and then you go and you're like, oh my gosh, $1,700, and these stories come over your head. And again, I want you to plug this into anything, whether it's hiring a business mentor, whether it's maybe you want to do the next wave of the Fox Project, whether it's maybe you have been wanting to start a book and you want to hire this company to help you write it, maybe you want to start a business and you need $5,000 to start it, whatever it is, like, plug this into your story of that thing that you're saying you really want, but you are saying you don't have the money. And what I was saying is the human spirit, just like, okay, so if today your engine were, God forbid, I rebuke this in the name of Jesus, but let's say your engine were to break down, or your pet gets sick, or like let's say like a best friend of yours is getting married, and expenses, travel, airfare, everything is going to be about $1,500. Like, you're finding the money to make that happen. It's done deal, because that's survival. Like, your human spirit knows how to figure things out. You're not going to say, well, I mean, some people literally will say, I don't have $1,700 to fix my car, but most people go and find the money, whether they have to borrow it, whether they have to put it on credit, whether they have to go and take out a loan or whatever. They figure it out because they have to. But then that's survival. When you start to go into the inspiration side of you, the growth and the contribution of, who am I? Who am I? That's why the retreat is the I am retreat. Who are you? What are you creating in the world? What is your next level that's beyond survival mode? When you start to step into that, that's when your brain starts to be like, we can't do that. We can't afford that. We have Christmas coming up. Like I would give up everything for Christmas. I would tell every single friend and family member of mine, I don't want Christmas presents. I want to go to this retreat. I would tell my kids, like, we're only getting 3 gifts this year, or you're only getting 2 gifts this year because mommy's trying to go and invest in me so that we could have more next year. It's a mental game of how much do you want it? How bad do you want it? And when we go to the piece, the tool that I learned of trusting yourself, what I want to explain to you is, so what's happening in your mind when your car breaks down, your pet gets sick, you have these expenses that are like necessities, you go and pay it. You don't even think about it. You're pissed. You're like, fudge, I was not planning on that. Now I got Christmas, but you figure it out. When it comes to yourself, the reason why I'm saying it's a trust issue is because we've been jaded so many times by ourselves and people around us that we lose trust. And when you don't have trust, you don't have commitment, and you don't have faith in taking leaps of faith, of the next level. And so, for example, it's like, how many times have you said, I'm going to stop eating sugar, or I'm going to start eating right, or I'm going to start going to the gym, or I'm going to start this business, or you paid for a program and you didn't do it, or you started reading a book and you didn't finish it. We constantly devalue our trust because we don't keep our word to ourselves, and people don't keep their words to us. So our trust is just messed up and it's compromised. And what happens is, when it's time to trust yourself and say, and so the example that I gave was, if I told you that in 4 months for $16,000, I could show you, this isn't an offer, it's just an example for context, but I could show you how to make $1 million. So in the next 4 months for $16,000, I'm going to show you how to make $1 million. If I told you that, most people would still be like, I can't afford this $16,000. But the people who trust themselves, the people who are the ones who actually create the dream life, are the ones who are like, I'm gonna go out and die. Like I'm not afraid to die with $16,000 a day. That's not gonna kill me. Like, we forget that money is not bigger than us. Money is not God. It's not bigger than God. So what are you so afraid of? Like, you're really afraid of $16,000 of debt, but yet we'll go to college, we'll put hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt on a card for college, but we won't do it for ourselves. I am not afraid to go out. So if I told you, and this is why I pay over $17,000 a year to work with my business mentor, but that's because I know that I make more than that. That's because I know that I'm on my way to make 7-8 figures. And so when you cross over this level of stop living in fear and scarcity, and you start living in trust, you start to realize that this is the game that people who are successful play. They take risks, they bet on themselves. And so the problem is, because you've lost bets with yourself so many times, when you start to say, okay, I could borrow the $1,700, or I could borrow the $16,000 to make the million, or to go to the retreat, you're like, no, but I can't, because what if I don't follow through again? Or what if I go to the retreat and I do what I always do, don't come home and actually apply what I learned? Or what if I, borrow this $16,000 and it doesn't work? Well, because you're going to have to put in work, and you're going to have to show up different to get different results, to get that $1 million, right? And so when you decide you're ready to be a complete and a finisher, and to take bets on yourself, and to stay in the game, to do what it takes to take yourself to the next level, that's when you start to be able to create the life that you want to live. That's what I have learned from my mentor. That's why I pay over $17,000 a year for a mentor to keep me in the elbows. Like, I'm going this week to my mastermind. We have 3 masterminds a year. Those 3 moments are invaluable to me, because I sit in a room for 2 days with 6, 7 plus figure earners who I'm watching, I'm hearing how they talk, I'm seeing how they overcome. And so the one thing that I want to end on and share with you that my mentor imparted on me, and this was something she just said the other day, and it took this concept she's been teaching me the last 3 years of working with her to the next level for me, was she said, you don't save your way to the top, you solve your way to the top. And as she explained that, she's like, people think, okay, I gotta wait, I gotta go back to school, I gotta get my kids in order, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta save up the money, and then no, you jump. You problem solve. You figure out how to find that money to write that book, to start that business, to go to that retreat, to work with that mentor. You figure it out just like you would if it was a survival need, like a broken down car or a sick pet or a sick child. And so stop being so scared of debt and scared of investing money, and start being confident in yourself. And I'll end on the note of saying that what I wrote in my email was like, look, like if money is the only reason stopping you from doing anything, it's the very reason why you should do that thing. Like, I've even heard my mentor say, like, if money is the only reason why you haven't booked your family vacation, go book the freaking family vacation. Because guess what? Once you commit to it, you'll figure it out. You're gonna still live life. You're gonna still have bills. You're gonna still have Christmas coming up. You're gonna still have all the things, but you're also gonna have your family trip. That's human spirit. We figure it out. You don't die. You just don't die. And I think that's what people are so scared of. And if you just stop and ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of? You will be like, I don't know. Like, I cannot tell you how much I am not afraid of debt, because I know that it's not a real thing. It's it is a real thing, but in the context of when you're taking bets in yourself, and when you're in a bubble that I'm under amazing mentorship. So I just can't fail. I'm going to fail forward. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm also in a bubble that I know I'm not going to, it's like the stock market. You're going to lose, you're going to win, but I'm ultimately going to win. I'm climbing the ladder as I fail. And so you've got to be okay with failing forward and getting dirty and getting hurt and pushing through fear, but also trusting yourself that you're doing the right thing. And so I will say that this is why my mission is to encourage people to break out of survival mode and get out of the day-to-day routines and step into overflow and abundance, and trust not only yourself, not only the process, but God. Trust the universe is here for you. It's going to support you. When you jump and you leap and you say, you know what, screw fear, screw the past me, screw all the things that people are saying, screw what people are going to think about me. and you start saying, I'm ready to take myself on. I trust myself. I trust the process, and I trust this universe to take care of me. That's when life happens. That's when magic happens. That's when you get everything your heart's desire. And it's biblical. It's biblical. Go read Matthew 6:25. Go read Matthew 6:25. He talks about, like, the birds are just birds. They don't worry about where are they sleeping tonight, what are they eating. They don't worry about survival needs. They worry about being birds and doing what God called them to do. So stop worrying about you're slaving to this job for a paycheck just to pay bills. God didn't put you on this earth to just pay bills. He didn't put you here to be broken, tired, and not go and do anything with your life. He didn't put beautiful islands and waters and wonders of the world here for you not to experience them. So stop hiding in a bubble and start trusting yourself. Start trusting the process, and it's available to you if you step into it. So that's my word. I'm sticking to it, and my motivation to you is to just really trust the process. And by trusting the process, that's trusting yourself, that's trusting the universe, that's trusting everything that you have available to you to make whatever you want happen. And as I say goodbye, I'm going to invite you one last time. Registration closes for the I Am Retreat on the 15th. And I have been battling back and forth with, am I going to keep spots open until we sell out, or am I going to just honor the people who are saying yes to themselves? And like my mentor always says, she says, success and money love speed, and leaders are successful and have money because they make decisions fast. So I'm leaning into cutting it off on the 15th, whether we're at 8 women or 18 women, which is our max goal. We're cutting it off because we got to start buying all the goodies and all the custom things and booking all the, like, we can't do anything because we don't know, are we having X amount of girls. So once, like please, if you've been wanting to come, if you're like even slightly interested in going to the retreat, just DM me, like message me, let's talk about it, let's figure out what is your holdup. Let me help you find money, let me help you get resourceful, because wherever there's a will, there's a way. So if you're interested in the retreat and money is your only reason to not go, I promise you there's a way to get there. You just have to be resourceful and be willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So how bad do you really want it? And let me help you get there, because sometimes you can't do it by yourself because your brain is so used to the static that you like literally believe the fear factor that you can't make it happen, but you can. And I want to invite you to not miss it. It's going to be 3 days that could really change your life, that will really, if money is the thing stopping you from going, it's the very reason why you got to get there, because you're going to be immersed in luxury. You're just by being in the luxury that you're in, you're going to elevate your vibes. Going into 2020, you're going to have a new standard for yourself, because you're going to be like, oh my God, I forgot that my broken down car or my, house that I live in that I don't love is not it. Like, that's not it. You're going to be in a new level of, and maybe you're not in a broken down anything, and maybe you're already living a lavish life. You're going to be like, this is it, like this is the next level. There's always a next level to wherever you're at. It doesn't matter where you're at. I live in a beautiful home. I have 2 beautiful cars, and I'm still like, where's my G-Wag? Where's my glass door on the beachfront view? Like, we all have the next level to where you're at. And so by being in that environment for 3 days, and you get to unplug from the workload, the house load, the laundry, the kids, the this, the that, the stress, the anxiety, the Instagram, like you're gonna unplug from just all the things that are holding you back, and you're gonna sit with yourself for 3 days, and you're gonna be guided through workshops and exercises and mentorship of how do you actually create your dream life. What are you here to create? What is it that you want? What's stopping you, and how do you really overcome that? And what is your plan of action going into 2020 to make it all come to life? So for that low investment, for 3 days, to be fed, to be taken care of, to have fun, to be surrounded by amazing women, by amazing vibes, by amazing ambiance, like, I would die with that debt. I would put that, like, I would go to the top level, but like the minimum $1,700, like, we trick that off so quickly, it's not even funny. Everybody has access to $1,700 if they really want it. And what if that $1,700 investment for 3 days, 4 nights, or whatever, to 3 nights, 4 days, was the moment that changed your life? I cannot tell you how much the conferences and the masterminds that I've attended in my time over the last 3-4 years have literally been the reason why I live the life I live right now. Because being present with yourself, surrounded by powerful people, being guided to greatness, there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it. You cannot top it. And it is the moment that your life changes. It is the moment that you disrupt the pattern enough to actually evoke change in your life, to move forward and have a next level. And like, I know I said I'm going to end on this, but I'll say, because this is coming to my mind, when I was supporting at a leadership training recently, the trainer was grounding us as we were getting prepared to start. And when we went through it, he's like, what are you feeling right now? Like, what is your, good to see you. What are you feeling right now? And as we said what we were feeling, he's like, great, now build on that. And that's what this retreat will do. It's gonna like give you that next level, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling like I could actually do this. I'm feeling like I finally know the roadmap. I'm feeling like I'm empowered. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling renewed. I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling like grateful. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling alive. And then you get to build on that. That's how you want to start 2020. Not, oh, I feel stressed. Oh, I don't have money. Oh, I don't. Like, just get out of that. Like, literally, your bills, your stress, your to-do list is going to be there when you get home. So give yourself 3 days unplugged from that and see the magic that will happen when you can actually disconnect from that and build on that. Love you guys. Talk to you later.